ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing tonight? Please let me just say, I love you, I think you're awesome, and I'm glad you're here. And super fucking congratulations for helping me prevent World War III again. Remember the other night? It was just like Saturday, where Iran, through itself and like 4 other proxy nations, fired like 200 drones and 100 missiles at Israel. Luckily, 99% of them got shot down. But for like 48 hours, it's like, dang, World War III. And that was the day of the Earth-Eris conjunction, which is always like a super stressful day. But yeah, man, since the eclipse, we've had like Mars-Saturn conjunction, Eris-Earth conjunction. This is like the craziest Mercury retrograde ever. Around the 9th, you had just like shit tons of asteroids that almost hit Earth. But then NASA told us some people got hit by an asteroid. No, space debris. But that was like a month ago. Am I making any sense? How are you? Speaking of Eris, you had all the ladies meeting in the desert for Coachella. What else has happened? Oh, Tesla's pooping the bed again. Let's see. Donald Trump is on day 2 of his first criminal trial. And today and yesterday, we've been having like super major horrible flooding in Dubai. They've gotten like 2 years of rain in like 48 hours. And all this happening while a cryptocurrency convention is happening. I don't know if you know this, but too much water breaks stuff and causes problems. Here we're looking at a giant sinkhole. Sidebar, you had people trying to give Comet 12P Pons-Brooks the shocker. You got Red Lobster going, no more cheddar biscuits for you because of Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Yeah, the major flooding in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. And they were saying that they had been cloud seeding the sky to get more rain. So this is one of those situations that was kind of like when people get artificial baby insemination, making juice or whatever, and then they have 9 babies. That was kind of what happened to flood. And this is Dubai. All those cars, major flooding. And so a lot of these are like Lamborghinis and Aston Martins and Rolls Royces got super flooded out. We live in interesting times for sure. And once again, I just want to thank you for staying cool through it all. A lot of people really haven't stayed cool, and especially in the social medias, really throwing out like worst take after worst take after worst take after worst take. But hey, in an engagement farming situation, that's what pays, I guess, and everybody's got to pay rent. So how have you been? How have you enjoyed the last 5 days? Super shout out to Bobby, Jesus Christ, God, Astro Fight Club, the Holy Spirit, and you. We had a major volcano eruption in Durang. Lots of pyroclastic flowy stuff. Yeah, strange days indeed. Here we're looking at Dubai again. I got to the bad part of the footage. Oh yeah, you can see the airplanes were wearing floaties. We've had a bunch of solar activity, M-class and C-class flares. No X-class flares, though. Wuhan sky turned red. Yeah, the Copenhagen spire, which is from like 1742 or something, burn and fall off at their stock market, or old stock market. You had some scientists saying dark energy is weak, bro. You had tons of rappers teaming up on Drake. You had the sun and the Statue of Liberty high-fiving. And then you had Elon Musk, just being the new age or whatever the fuck you want to call modern and new Elon Musk. Doing his thingy, man. Very interesting times indeed. Hey, lucky for you, I made a graphic. I didn't make this graphic. I made a different graphic because he's been having a bit of a rough time. Like in 2024, Tesla stock has crashed more than any other stock in the Standard & Poor's 500. So the 500 stocks, it's doing the worst in the S&P. Anywho, you got Mercury retrograde in Eris, And so, like, you don't want to be on the offense. You don't want to be talking shit. You don't want to be, I don't know, right? And then not only that, for like Mars heavy people who are super like, I love Mars. I want to go to Mars. Mars is the greatest place ever. Can't wait. I can't shut the fuck up about Mars ever. Especially for the last 20 years. Anyway, but like you got Neptune and Pisces and Saturn and Pisces. So Mars kind of stuck between those two. So Mars wants to be like, I'm the greatest fucking planet of all like time. Like, fucking A, man. We should be Mars, Mars, Mars all the time. Right? I'm king shit of fuck mountain. That's Mars. But, you know, Saturn and Neptune are like, yo, we got moons bigger than you. All right. And they're in fucking Neptune or Pisces. So I'm just saying, Mars is kind of on the struggle bus right now. People can say, no, Mars heavy people aren't struggle busting at all. They're doing great. They've never been doing better. No matter what happens to them, it's going to turn out a positive. I don't know about that. Anyway, I ain't wishing anybody ill or nothing. I'm just saying, this is kind of the situation. Mars is stuck between Neptune and Saturn, and Mars wants to be like, hey, I do whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want. Nobody ever tells me what to do. And sometimes Saturn's like, well, buddy, I got boundaries for you. Anyway, what's it talking about? I missed you, party people. Another thing, people are getting mad at people these days. So I may say something that's just my opinion. I mean to hurt anybody's feelings. And then people may be like, roar. I'm so mad at you. And then they got a lot of time and energy. Anyway, what's it talking about? Anyway, so yeah, buckle up. I would love to have some beers and whiskey and go live with you like old times and talk for like hours. But that shit just don't seem to be wisest idea right now. You got the Justice Department suing Ticketmaster. That's interesting. Oh yeah, and then Elon laid off 10,000 people at Tesla. That was interesting. Yeah, so tons and tons and tons and tons of people talking about some model anomaly in South America ocean or whatever. I didn't say that right. Yeah, did heat records get broken in China? I'm like a chainsaw. I'll rub your booty raw. That's a Fred Durst lyric. Here, a guy tried to chainsaw the tree next to his house. They probably should have hired a professional. The sun continues to do incredible things. Man, my timing is off. There you go. That's pretty neat, huh? And so, you know, we've got the end of the Pluto in Capricorn conjunction, which has been going on since 2008. It ends, I think, January or at the very end of December. Anyway, and so I was looking at the leader of Iran. He's like 84 years old. And it's just so crazy that all the leaders, whether it be Trump, Biden, Netanyahu, Putin, Z, they're all like over 75. You know? But I say that as Gen X. When it's always been kind of like, hey man, you know, when is our turn to run the show and make things cooler? And I guess not yet. This is Schumann resonance if you're into that type of shit. But I guess AI is kind of like, there'll never be a cool point because sometime soon the singularity will totally take over. It'll fry your brains and turn into gray goo. You had a bunch of UFO or WTF is that videos. This is over Bakersfield. It kind of looks like Ultraman. See him moving his arm? Wow. Maybe he's smoking a cigarette. Malibu Canyon landslides. No doubt return to Coachella. Seriously, we live in crazy times. But yeah, I would do what you can to enjoy the pursuit of happiness if possible. To have fun with family, friends, your pets, or just by yourself. I've been kind of isolated a lot lately. I know the energy was so bad, man. For me personally, the energy is fucking horrible. Like curled up in a fetal position as Planetary Defense Commander going, what the fuck? You know? Got all these grandpas with nukes. Somehow can't figure out how to work it out. Yeah, they're supposed to be making the tallest building ever in Oklahoma. Is it earthquake proof? And then they're going to put a sphere on top of it. No, they're probably not going to put a spear on top of it. That would be cool, though. Man. I feel like I've reverted back to my 2014 ways where I'm like, why are y'all even fighting? You know? Oh, yeah, O.J. Simpson died. I definitely think the Mercury retrograde in Aries has made people meaner. So let a little love in your heart. Anyway, great to be back. We've only got like 8 days left of Mercury retrograde. But like Mars is trapped between Neptune and Saturn for pretty much the rest of April. So, the people who didn't take my advice on not playing offense or staying cool are pretty much just going to keep trying to push whatever thingy they're pushing. I'm flattering a lot of people for humanity. All right. So, like I said, it's America. Everybody's still allowed to have their own opinions. So, several people have asked me about this. And, it's been like 4 or 5 days since my last video. Then Tuskuski says, hey man, despite numerous reports of UFOs or Atlanteans launching from the ocean, yesterday's image of giant waves near Africa was due to a model error. Remember, like a lot of the radars went down for an hour or two. Yeah, Mercury retrograde, she's gonna fuck up. Anyway, a lot of people have been making tons of videos on this and just, tons of TikToks and Instagrams talking about, no, this is a giant massive spaceship wave or whatever. And that may be true. But with all the shit that I just listed in this video, with like missiles and volcanoes and floods and criminal trials and stocks that are crashing and like shit that is tangible and you can see like evidence of somehow it manifested itself in the real world in a tangible way that people could pretty much kind of verify, they're like, this didn't affect shit. There were no photographs of a giant 85-foot wave from the coast of Africa over here. There were major floods, and I don't know. So I just didn't think it was that big a deal. But I included it at the back end of this video. All right. God bless everyone. Stay cool. Man, I was really freaking out about World War III on a Saturday. Whenever all the missiles were in the air, I was like, oh, God. But like I said, it was a rough, energetic patch for me. I hope you guys handled it pretty well. Maybe you even had a great time or whatever. Strange days, but we made it through eclipse season. We made it through the Eris conjunction. There's still going to be some rough days this year. And with, Trump and the criminal trial, people are going to be very one way or the other. So we'll see what happens. But just stay cool. Hang in there. Astro Fight Club. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. God bless everyone. And pray for peace. We really need it because we're going to have to continue to avoid World War III every single day this year. Stay cool. Smoke 'em if you got 'em and cuddle if you can. God bless everyone.